Welcome everyone back to the BSO show on YouTube and Happy New Year! So it's obviously we're going into the New Year 2019. So in this video we're gonna grade every NFL team from the 2018 NFL season. So I got the boys with me. I have Zottl, Keegan and Kurt, Mickey, and then we got Cooper. I mean, it's just a whole squad. So first team we're gonna start off with is the Arizona Cardinals. So who wants to start us out on why you gave them the grade?
Keegan. So my grade I would give the Arizona Cardinals is probably a D+. They had an awful season going 3-13, but what really stands out to me is they got that first overall pick, which is really important to me because that helps your franchise. And I believe with that first overall pick, they will pick Nick Bosa, who is going to be a great player in the NFL.
So in my book, if you're last, and that's an F for me. So I give him an F on the year. Evan, what do you give him?
I'm going to give him a D-, not quite the F because I understand they're that rebuilding phase, but honestly, when you go 3-13, you can't do much better than D-.
Right. So now we're on the Atlanta Falcons. So Cooper, do you want to give us the Atlanta Falcons grade?
You know, being a Panthers fan, I absolutely hate them, but I'm going to give them a D just because they did a decent season. I'll give them a decent season.
Right. I think they won 7-9. Is that correct? Yes. All right. So, I mean, it's not awful, but, Matt Ryan get that money? No. Baltimore Ravens? You know what? I'm going to give this team a B+. Their defense is really good, actually. I just want to point that on the record. So, anyone else want to give them a grade, or should we move on to the Buffalo Bills?
Well, just to let everybody know, we're going in alphabetical order. And also, with the Ravens, they did make the playoffs, which was their goal. So
no, we're doing it right.
It's going to be, with the Baltimore Ravens, I do as well give them a B+ for making the playoffs.
Yeah, so now we got the Buffalo Bills. I think they were the laughing stock in the NFL in the first 4 weeks, but they did finish the year 6-10, which is not bad. I think Josh Allen's not as bad as people think.
Decent.
Yeah, so I'd give him a C+, maybe a C on the dot.
C-.
I would give him a C- as well.
C-.
I'll give him a C on the dot.
All right, so
the year was not the best, but they showed their bright spots and their promising players.
yeah, so next one we got is the Carolina Panthers. Cooper,
I got a lot.
you got this, man.
All right. Listen. So Cam Newton being hurt, all right? We started out strong, ended out really, really bad. So I would say C-.
Not bad.
But I really think we need to let Cam Newton rest, which he's going to. And I don't know.
Start Taylor Heinicke.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the.
You guys have
not.
The Panthers have a really nice piece in Christian McCaffrey. I really like
Yes.
what he can do, not only on the ground but also in the air.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys still need that receiver though, because DJ Moore, he showed his promising games, but he doesn't look like that number one receiver you wanted.
We definitely need a good receiver.
Chicago Bears, a quality season. I don't think any of us expected that. Mitch Trubisky's a baller. Cincinnati Bengals, clean the shop. That's a D- in my book.
You know what? I would give them a D just because they finally fired Marvin Lewis.
Yeah, respect.
I have always hated Marvin Lewis, and they finally fired him. Plus, Joe Mixon played pretty well, and I like the promise they showed.
Joe Mixon. And AJ Green didn't play for some of the season.
Although he was injured, he's still a great player.
Exactly. Cleveland Browns, I give them a A-. I
give him a B.
We need
a
Willie.
flat
We
B.
need Willie.
Yeah.
They didn't make the playoffs. You cannot put them at an A if they didn't make the playoffs. That's just
a B+. But
they
they
held out potential and some draft picks.
and they're gonna be really good next year.
Based off last year, they did make a lot of improvement.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
B+.
I would give him
getting
a
Baker
B-.
Mayfield was a big step, and then
Yeah.
just figuring out who that starter quarterback was going to be.
Not only Baker, but Nick Chubb showed a lot of potential.
And then even
Denzel Ward.
and Antonio Callaway on the wide receivers.
No,
Doing really
They
good
have a
too.
lot of decent young, Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett made the Pro Bowl, and that's why I would give him a B-.
All right, so the next team we got is the Dallas Cowboys. You know what? Coming from Redskins fans, it hurts, but I'm gonna give them a B on the dot, maybe a B-. 10-6. They won 7 out of the last 8. Got to give them credit for that. Not really much to say there. So the next one we got is the Denver Broncos. Keegan, what is your grade on the Denver Broncos?
So the Denver Broncos had a really bad season. I think I would give them a D-.
Oh, that is tough.
They had a 6-10 year, and they did show potential. I love Phillip Lindsay, but I do not like Case Keenum as your quarterback.
Yo, Case Keenum's the man. All right, so the next team we got is the Detroit Lions. Mickey, let's get it.
Kurt, I wouldn't say let's get it. This season was not very good.
It's
You know,
okay.
we learned a lot about our team. We got a new head coach, Matt Patricia.
Right.
He's still figuring things out. He's mainly, defensively driven, but,
Maybe you can figure something out on the offensive
I
side.
really
maybe
like-
he'll get fired. Who
I
knows?
really like
I
Carry
give
On.
them, honestly, C-.
Yeah, that's respectable.
I really like Carry On Johnson on there.
I did
team.
too,
He
yeah.
showed a lot
Yeah.
of potential. He was a great running back this year.
So we got the Green Bay Packers. Oh my, that's
No,
a
that's-
D minus F,
D-.
whatever you want to give them. A 6-9-1.
Respect to Rodgers, but not a good
Rodgers
season.
getting a lot of
Lot of
money,
pro-
but
lot
they
of
got no
problems.
weapons. So yeah, Houston Texans an A. I'd give them an A, an A-. Did you guys after the 0-3 start think they were going to be in the playoffs as a 3 seed? No.
Not as
Everyone
a
say
nine.
no. Exactly. Indianapolis Colts, a B+. I am in love with this Colts team. They are fantastic with Quentin Nelson leading the offensive line, Andrew Luck being a baller. I love Marlon Mack. I love T.Y. Hilton. I love their defense.
Darius Leonard is great.
Yes. Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
D-.
I'm still surprised Doug Marrone has a job. That's all I gotta say. Kansas City Chiefs,
A+.
an A+. A on the. That's just they're one of the best teams in the NFL.
Gotta give them an A+.
I would give them an A just because their
Yeah.
defense showed their moments that they are not the strongest team out of them all. I do feel like a team like the Rams or maybe the Patriots or Saints or Bears even could beat them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still a quality team. Gotta give them credit there. The Miami
Not an
Dolphins,
A+.
after today's firing of their head coach, who I do not think should have been fired. I think he's gonna make a job very quick somewhere else. They did go 7-9. It's not awful, but I mean, you technically could say they can go 6-10 if it wasn't for the Patriots. Right, but I don't think they're worst. It's gonna be a decision if they're gonna pick like a Drew Lock in the draft or stick with Ryan Tannehill, which I think they're not going to.
I wish they had ran Kenyon Drake more though, because
I
I feel like
agree.
he
Kenyon
showed
Drake.
he's so athletic, but they just kept him from running the ball.
I do like Frank Gore though. What he did to this team, I gotta give him credit. Minnesota Vikings.
C-.
2 words: Kirk Cousins. Yeah, we're moving on. New England Patriots. Keegan, why don't you give us your take coming from a Patriots fan?
So, as a Patriots fan, I do think they had a fine season. They did have a lot of struggles. It's definitely worse than the past seasons. I would have give them a B because they're still the Patriots. They're still winning games. They went 11-5 this year, and they still have their bright spots.
I still think though this is one of the worst teams Tom Brady's had to deal with. Just saying,
Yeah.
with all the weapons, and they're still finding ways to win. Next team we got is New Orleans Saints. Cooper, why don't you tell us yours? Because it's coming from a division rival.
Yeah. I mean, they started out, I would definitely say the beginning of the season A+, but they're probably like an A- now. They still have, they have the number 1 spot.
They are probably one of the best. They are one of the best teams in the NFL.
You heard it here first. They're going to win the Super Bowl.
I completely disagree, but that can be that can be saved for another podcast.
New York Giants. 2 words: Saquon Barkley.
Bro.
That man's on another
Okay,
level.
Eli Manning. They need to cut Eli Manning.
I know. I think they will select
They're gonna
Dwayne
draft a
Haskins.
quarterback.
So,
They're gonna draft
New York Jets.
terrible.
Todd Bowles, I think at the end of the day, you're going to love from the defensive side. They go 4-12 this year, and I think he finished, 23-35 over his career, something like that. So I think at some point you got to realize that times got to change. Oakland Raiders, you know what? This is going to be a good team next year. You can put my money on it. John Gruden's going to figure something out.
Next year.
I don't know about a good
Next
team.
year or 2 years from now, they're going to be a good team. I love Mayock as the GM. I love
The picks
John
they
Gruden.
got.
They do have some.
John Gruden's in charge of everything. He's a smart dude. Derek Carr, I don't know if that's ideal. Marshawn Lynch, I don't know if that's ideal. If you can get the running game going, you don't have to worry about an average QB, and then obviously getting that line and defense. It's a lot, but they do have the draft picks just like the Browns.
Their whole offense is not ideal.
No, I know.
I don't see a running game or a receiving game.
That's what I'm saying. If you do what the Browns did this offseason,
You have to do well drafting because we saw what the Browns did in the seasons before
and
where they drafted
have the
quarterbacks
Raiders selecting Josh Allen, the edge rusher from Kentucky, and I think he's going to be a playmaker in the NFL. Philadelphia Eagles.
I would give them probably a B-.
At the beginning of the year, I would say like a C, but they've really improved. Evan, you want to tell us what do you think about the Eagles?
B-. I mean, yeah.
They definitely slid into that playoffs.
Yeah, I mean,
which
they got
really
the
helped.
playoff spot. You can't give any worse than a B- for sure.
Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, this is kind of an interesting
They
team.
missed the playoffs,
They missed
but
the
they have a great
playoffs, but
team.
I do love what. I mean, it's one of those things where
They're a half game away. I mean,
Right, and
have
they
the
still
time.
went 9-6-1. But the thing is, you can't get rid of Ben. You can't get rid of Mike Tomlin. You can't get rid of Antonio Brown. You can't get rid of Juju. You kind of have to run your.
And they
Like-
couldn't. That Le'Veon Bell situation really hurt them,
Yeah.
and they couldn't rely. You can't rely. When it comes down to it, you shouldn't be having to rely on the Browns to win a game for you to
Exactly.
make the playoffs.
So the next one got San Diego Chargers. My bad, Los Angeles Chargers now. Great team. I mean, obviously, I haven't beaten the Ravens in the playoffs. I don't know about you guys.
I love that team. I said it during one of the podcasts in the early of the season, and I do give them an A- just because, or probably an A, because of how good they went 12-4. They were the same record as the Chiefs, but they got the wild card spot.
What screwed them over is they're playing a 1:00 game, and that's 10:00 their time. What people don't realize, that's kind of a big deal. You're playing kind of at 10
I mean,
a.m.
I don't know.
No, I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's not like it could affect them though.
I mean, yeah.
49ers. Oh gosh, give them a D-
I
maybe.
mean, their franchise quarterback.
Jimmy G did go out. Right, that is true.
But-
That really did
And
hurt
at that
them.
point,
And
but
Jerick
I
McKinnon.
respect George Kittle.
And Jerick McKinnon.
Their injuries really hurt them, and that's why I'd probably give them a D in
Yeah.
general.
I really like their talent.
Seattle Seahawks. I love this team. They're the quietest team in the NFL, but they're still doing very good. They are a 10-6 team. I love Russell Wilson. I love Chris Carson. I love their receiving.
Chris Carson is very.
I love
underrated.
Tyler Lockett and Doug Baldwin. And their defense, they've shown up over the last couple of games.
It's not as good as it was in the past with the Boom Legion, but it still is a great defense.
Right. And then we got the LA Rams. Oh my. A+ maybe. They're Jared Goff. What he's developed in this year is just unbelievable.
Todd Gurley's
Not only Jared Goff, but you have Todd Gurley, and then you
And
have
then-
the weapons with Robert Woods.
And then we've really
Brandon
seen,
Cooks.
obviously,
And a pretty
Aaron
solid
Darnold
defense.
become what he usually is, and you need that. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not good. I mean, I think we can all agree, like a D-, D, 5-11.
They started the season was super hot.
Right, with Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, and they.
So do you guys think that they should go after a quarterback or stick with Jameis Winston?
I
That's
definitely.
a tough one.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston really scared me watching him towards the end of the season.
And
watching
when
him start.
when he came in the 2015 draft, I thought Mariota was going to be better. I was correct on that, I think, but I never was a huge fan
I
of
think
Winston.
it would still be smart to draft the
Maybe you go for like a 4th rounder,
Exactly.
Jared Stidham or Jake Browning.
not your first round pick, but draft somebody just in case.
Right.
Because if you have that season like you just did, it's not going to leave the fans with a good hat.
Right, Tennessee Titans. They got unlucky. 9-7. They played, I think, some tough opponents. Obviously, against the Colts, they were without their quarterback. Marcus Mariota had to rock with Blaine Gabbert, who's not really the most ideal, but I would give him like a C+, B-. You guys agree?
Around that area.
And then Washington Redskins. It was just weird because they had a lot of injuries on that team. But
They started off really well, but the injuries
6-3. Then they went 7-9.
the injuries really hurt them, and I would probably give them a C-.
I would give
for
them a
that.
C.
I give
yeah.
him a C. 7-9. I mean,
Right.
can't do much worse than
Right.
that record.
So thank you guys for listening. Make sure to subscribe on the BSO show, and catch you guys later.
Happy New Year.